arthritis, or like me, shoulder issues? Not to worry. QC Kinetics advanced state-of-the-art treatments harness and direct your body's natural ability to restore and repair damaged joint tissue. It's really revolutionary. So make 2024 the year you reclaim your mobility and enjoy your walk or run or whatever you do outside without the danger and trauma of surgery and without any harmful drugs. Call QC Kinetics now for a free consultation.
Time for a WTMJ sports update. The Bucks will have a few days of rest, at least from games, that is. The next matchup for Milwaukee is against the Minnesota Timberwolves this Friday at 9. Stay on WTMJ for all of your Bucks coverage. Taking a look at your roads with your Johnson & Sons Paving Time Saver traffic. Usually I get to say there's no problems across the Milwaukee traffic system. Not the case right now. A couple of areas we're keeping an eye on. On I-43 South near 794 East, 2 left lanes are blocked due to a crash. As we continue looking on 94 East at the ramp from Mitchell Boulevard, that right shoulder is blocked due to a crash as well. Getting down close to Bayview on 94 North, close to a mile beyond the ramp from Holt Avenue. That right shoulder is going to be blocked due to a disabled vehicle. Keep an eye on those areas. Wherever you're driving to, you should be able to get there. Your WTMJ 5-day forecast, we have a low of 31 tonight and mainly clear conditions. On Tuesday, a high of 47 by the lake, but a high of 52 degrees inland. Some of that lake effect coming in, mostly sunny conditions. Wednesday, a slight chance of showers and partly cloudy conditions, a high of 54. On Thursday, partly cloudy and a high of 48, and we'll get up to 40 on Friday with cloudy conditions. In Madison, it's 43 degrees with clouds in the sky. In Green Bay, 30 degrees and cloudy. In Waukesha, 33 degrees with clouds. And in Milwaukee, 37 degrees and cloudy. Every day brings a new news cycle, a new revelation, a new angle, a new talking point. Keep up with all of it at WTMJ.com and the WTMJ mobile app. I'm Jack Grau, citing unlimited WTMJ news time is 6:06.
Your need-to-know cultural snapshot of Wisconsin and beyond. This is What's on Tap with Sandy Maxx. A deep dive into all things intriguing, riveting, and entertaining. Now, here's your host, Sandy Maxx.
Good Monday evening. How are you? Thanks for hanging out with me tonight. It is What's on Tap. I'm looking forward to hanging out with you on this President's Day evening. And to commemorate President's Day, let's get to know some of our most creative commanders-in-chief. I've got some fun facts. Also meet a Muskego man who you can root for on reality TV next week. And which Wisconsin organizations have just gotten grants from the National Endowment for the Arts. That is good news for we culture fans. And also, it's the end of an era for a toy from our state. And a miracle from Motown. He brings us the song you need to hear tonight as Black History Month continues. But first, speaking of music, another summertime concert announcement, and this one is part of Summerfest outdoors. The sounds of this band will be wafting on the lakefront. The boys from Buffalo, New York. The 7th time they're going to be at Summerfest this year, Saturday night, June 22nd. They are going to be playing at the BMO Pavilion, which is that free stage. But if you want to get the reserve seats, and I'm telling you, every show I've seen at that BMO Pavilion, great sound and great sightlines wherever you are. So I'm glad they're going to be at this stage because you can really see them and enjoy them. Tickets on sale Friday for those reserve seats. And of course, they include admission to Summerfest on that Saturday, June 22nd. They are Summerfest veterans. Maybe you've seen them at one of these other shows. They played Summerfest in 1995 and 1996, also 2006 and 2007, 2011 and 2021. So maybe you'll see them strolling around eating corn on the cob or something. But if you think about Goo Goo Dolls songs, they've got a lot. 16 number 1 and top 10 hits, and that makes them the all-time radio record for most top 10 singles. Even Taylor Swift has covered their music. She sang Iris on stage with the Goo Goo Dolls at one point, and it's the song Iris that has, not only was it a huge number 1 song for 18 straight weeks, but TikTok came along. People started using it there, and their song re-entered the Billboard charts Just kind of showing you how timeless the Goo Goo Dolls music can be. Or maybe it takes you back to a good time. Summertime, Summerfest, June 22nd, the Goo Goo Dolls at the BMO Harris Pavilion. And I say there's a lot to look forward to. Summerfest.com has the updated lineup, and it's been fun to talk about these shows as they get announced. Creative Commanders-in-Chief, they are next on What's on Tap on WTMJ.
Hey, this is WTMJ Steve Scafidi here to tell you about my new show, The Political Power Hour. Sounds a little familiar, doesn't it? I sit down with experts from across Wisconsin and the country to discuss the issues that are important to you. We'll hear from political analysts, columnists, public safety professionals, journalists, lawyers, and more.
Politics is always about addition.
And politics is also about momentum.
I think a lot of working families need childcare in order to make ends meet.
It's The Political Power Hour, weekdays, 9 to 10 on WTMJ.
It's time to say aloha to paradise. Picture powder soft sand, endless turquoise waters, and a frosty cocktail by a beach lounger. Fox World Travel is proud to partner with Apple Vacations to offer exclusive deals that will take you to your dream getaway. With great deals to Hawaii, Fiji, St. Lucia, or the best all-inclusive resorts in Mexico and the Caribbean, our travel experts take the hassle out of traveling to paradise. Visit foxworldtravel.com or call 866-GO-FOX-GO to speak with our vacation travel experts today.
At Blaine's Farm and Fleet, we get you quality name brand workwear and footwear because we get you. From the farm to the job site to your own backyard, we have great deals on your favorite rugged styles for spring. Right now, earn $50 in Carhartt bucks when you spend $200 on Carhartt gear. Save $5 on assorted styles of men's Dickies Flex Tough Max pants. And all men's DeWalt work boots are on sale, $10 off. We get you what you need because we get you at Blaine's Farm and Fleet.
Hi, I'm Mike Gansey from Yancey & Associates. We're passionate about continuing on our mission to help more Wisconsin businesses create more success. If you have any questions about our insurance products or just want a second opinion about your insurance or employee benefits, I invite you to check out ANSI.com, or better yet, give us a call at Yancey & Associates. And let's have a conversation about your business and how we can help you secure, protect, and grow your version of the American dream.
You're listening to What's on Tap with Sandy Maxx on WTMJ.
It is President's Day. Some people had the day off. You didn't get mail. I think the stock markets were closed, but it made me think, with What's on Tap being about culture and creativity, I remember that Winston Churchill was a painter, so I thought, wait a minute, were there some presidents who painted? And then I thought, before I looked up, I remember didn't George W. Bush paint? And I remembered correctly. Yes, he did. He paints all sorts of things, from animal paintings to portraits. So he was one of the creative presidents that we had. Other presidential painters, Jimmy Carter, who also, as you can imagine, with his woodworking or with his Habitat for Humanity, also a woodworker. Jimmy Carter's paintings were scenic and naturalistic, and he even auctioned some off for charity. $250 is what he was able, or $250, isn't it? $250,000 is how much one of his original paintings sold at an auction. And I also found out in my research an odd fact that Russian President Putin got a $1.1 million bid for an original painting of his, charcoals and oil pastels. But back to our American presidents. Dwight Eisenhower, also a painter. 250 paintings. And going all the way back to the Civil War, Ulysses S. Grant, our 18th president, enjoyed painting watercolor landscapes. He even gave them to his girlfriend at the time. So I like that creative streak. And then you've also got musicians. Do you remember all the way back when it was a big surprise when President Clinton came out and played saxophone on TV? That was kind of a big deal. But we had quite a few presidents who were musical, particularly the violin. Thomas Jefferson enjoyed singing and playing the cello, the violin, in his free time, even saying that music, quote, was the favorite passion of his soul. John Quincy Adams was a very talented flutist, if you dig into the research. Abraham Lincoln also enjoyed playing the violin, would play violin when he was taking a break. And I'm trying to remember back to the Lincoln film that Daniel Day-Lewis was in, because Daniel Day-Lewis does his research. I'm trying to remember if he ever played violin in that film. I have to go back and watch it. Woodrow Wilson also had a passion for the violin. He started playing as a kid. And even during the First World War, he said, music now, more than ever before, is a national need. Just again showing how much culture and creativity is important, even in the toughest times. And not only did Dwight D. Eisenhower paint, he also was a music lover. He supposedly didn't play music, but he and his wife were the first presidential family to bring Broadway performers to the White House during an after-dinner program, because Chief Justice Earl Warren, in 1958, he was a lover of military musical ensembles. So creativity flowing through the White House, strolling through fun presidential facts on President's Day. We'll have a reality TV reality check. Which Muskego man should you be rooting for? You'll find out next on WTMJ.
Join me, Kristen Bry, weekdays from 1 p.m. to 3 p.m. for Spanning the State. And that's exactly what we'll be doing. From Bayfield to Bayview, we're going to cover stories from all over the state and stories that affect the whole state in an informative but digestible way. We've got 65,498 square miles to cover, so let's get to it. Tune in to Spanning the State on News Radio 620 WTMJ from 1 to 3 p.m., WTMJ.com, WTMJ app, or wherever you get your podcasts.
The Spirit drove Jesus out into the desert, and he remained in the desert for 40 days, tempted by Satan. Hello, this is Archbishop Listecki. As we begin our Lenten journey, the world attempts to turn us away from the mission God established for all of us. During these 40 days, we courageously confront the demons of our world, and with confidence we pledge our commitment to Christ, Christ who is truly present to us in the Eucharist at Mass. This Lent, join us for Mass.
A new year means new goals for Wisconsin hoops teams. The red and white will make a run to the tournament, and Milwaukee is eyeing up a playoff run in the spring. As Wisconsin's 3PL Evans Transportation knows, it takes a team effort to make those runs, and when it comes to manufacturers' accounting, shipping, and tracking needs, Evans is the supply chain team for you. Good luck to all Wisconsin hoops teams from Wisconsin's 3PL. Find them at evanstrans.com.
Our mission is to protect and uphold our reputation. At Semper Fi, it's the banner we all march under, because the reputation we earn and uphold belongs to all of us. And without a strong reputation in the exterior remodeling business, you're here today and gone tomorrow. And when you've earned a good reputation, that's what makes the difference in value. It's the little extra that you get for the price. And that assurance is actually what counts the most, because it means the good money you're spending with us is not going to go to waste. A roof you can rely on, with a warranty that has a backbone, Craftsman quality airtight window and door installations, brick and stone masonry that's clean and sharp, and new siding that's been known to stop traffic. And it's all backed by a team that over the last 20 years have put a lot of heart and soul into building a reputation that you can believe in. This is Brad Youngluth with Semper Fi Roofing and Exteriors, your local, veteran-owned and operated exterior remodeling company.
We keep you safe, warm and dry, Semper Fi.
Join Special Olympics Wisconsin at this year's Polar Plunge, celebrating 25 years of plunging. The Polar Plunge raises funds for Special Olympics Wisconsin athletes. Folks in the area will be freezing for a reason on Saturday, February 24th at Foxbrook Park in Brookfield. This is your chance to support athletes who are breaking down barriers to build communities of inclusion. Register today and do your part for Special Olympics Wisconsin. Visit plungewi.org for details or to donate. That's plungewi.org. This is What's on Tap with Sandy Maxx.
The game you know and love is back. This time on the Bankers Private Island. It's a whole new game with a lot more money. Welcome to Deal or No Deal Island. This competition is the banker's test to find his ultimate opponent.
I was a model on Deal or No Deal. I know what a good deal is. I know what a bad deal is. For everybody who says I'm too old, I'm here to do it.
And here comes Boston Rob.
I want to figure out a way to control the game. And that's it.
Hidden throughout the island, cases filled with cash. You just need to find them. Win the cases. Face the banker. It's an opportunity to make the deal of a lifetime. Now go get those cases.
Whee! It is the TV show game Deal or No Deal, but now with palm trees and a little bit of element of Survivor, it seems like. I'm Sandy Maxx. This is What's on Tap. And producer Isaac, you lit up when I started playing this. Do you watch Deal or No Deal?
I'm not necessarily an avid watcher, but I've been to my fair share of Dave and Buster's and played the Deal or No Deal arcade game.
Aha.
Oh, yeah.
Well, have you watched any of the Deal or No Deal Island trailers or commercials yet?
I have not, but just based on the audio from this sounds like it could be like the best reality show of all time.
Well, you're in. Well, it premieres next week on NBC, and I'm probably on Peacock. And as you've heard, we have a new lineup, and I have a new teammate, Jessica Ty, on WTMJ. She is on Wisconsin's Midday News now from 11 to 1 with Greg Matzik, and today was her first day. And you might remember watching Jessica on CBS 58. She was on their morning news show for 7 years, I think. She's just lovely and a lot of fun, and she found the Muskego Man who is competing in Deal or No Deal Island. So we've got someone to root for. So here is part of that conversation with Jessica Ty and Eric Bilstad earlier today.
Well, hey, ever watch a reality show or a game show and think, man, it would be fun to be a contestant? A Muskego Man got that chance. Dawson Addis is on the new version of Deal or No Deal, and it airs 1 week from today, Deal or No Deal Island. So that's even more fun. You're on an island. Dawson, this is a blast. Tell us, where did you go and how did this all come to be?
So yeah, I really don't even know how it came to be, honestly. Like, it's still so all shocking to me. I applied to be on, it was a reality show that was like new, trying to hit the ground running. It was right before the pandemic hit. And obviously the pandemic hit. I went through 2 interview processes and didn't hear anything. So 5 years later, fast forward 5 years later.
Oh, wow, 5 years.
Yep. And the same casting guy actually reached out to me via Instagram. And he's like, hey, man, I think you're going to be very interested in this show. I think you're going to be a great hit. I remember you. Like, I think it would be a great fit. So I went forward with the application process and hours and hours of interviews. And that pretty much, after probably 50 hours of interviews, I finally got the role. I got the call.
Oh, my gosh. I didn't realize it was that intense.
Yeah.
So 50 hours of interviews, and then at some point, boom, you're on a plane to Panama?
Pretty much. I got the call saying, hey, you got picked, and I was one of the main cast members. And within probably 4 weeks, I had to get on a flight and go. So it was crunch time. I mean, figuring out my work stuff, who's going to take over my, clients.
Your life
bar stuff.
here in the
yeah,
States?
Literally.
In Wisconsin? In Muskego?
So how do you prep for a show like this?
Oh, God. There was a lot of prepping, actually, but it was just sitting and watching TV. I never really watched reality TV, so I just binged watched Survivor and Big Brother right before I left just to learn like the social strategy of it, because I was told there was a lot of social game, and then obviously the physical challenges, that it was going to be like a Survivor-like mix. So I got both, from Big Brother and Survivor, kind of got an idea of what to do, and then not like big into cardio, so I started trying to like run more and be more, increase my endurance per se, because I knew the challenges were going to be physically intense, and yeah.
So take us to the island, because a lot of people remember Deal or No Deal. You got the guy with the briefcases and all the money. Yep. I mean, take us to the island. How was it different, and what's at stake here?
So to play the game of Deal or No Deal on Deal or No Deal Island is we have to retrieve our cases, because every night we are going in the temple playing our game of Deal or No Deal, but us 13 contestants have to go out and revive or retrieve these 13, or not 13 cases, just whatever cases are in the game, okay? Mm-hmm. And during pretty much each challenge throughout, the show progressing, the values increase each time, and we obviously want to build the highest pot and have the largest numbers in each briefcase when you go up against the banker. So it's pretty much like Deal or No Deal, but you're really just retrieving your own cases, and the values are bigger than you've ever seen before. And takes a lot of work to get there.
Your eyes, they're lit up, but I know you can't tell us whether you won or not. What can you tell us that is maybe just kind of bizarre on the island or that surprised
or
you?
who you met or anything good?
Yeah, the other contestants.
Yeah. So, going back to the prepping for the show, I watched Survivor, okay? And the Survivor season that I watched was the one that Boston Rob won. And the second that obviously we got there and I realized who all these cast members are, he was the only guy I recognized.
Oh,
okay?
he was there on the island.
So, of course, I'm just like, this is going to be harder than I expected. I'm going up against a professional here.
I'm going up against Boston Rob.
Yep. And it was just, I realized, I was like, this is going to be a lot of trouble, and a big threat for me, too, obviously, because I saw how competitive he is in this game, and it just kind of freaked me out. It was definitely a smack in the face. But,
and this is life-changing money that you're going after, correct?
Life-changing money.
Gosh, don't you just want to know? I'm like, please tell us. Please
trying
tell
to
us.
read his eyes.
I know, I am. I'm
when
trying
was
to
the
read.
show premiere again?
Next week, Monday,
Next week? Okay.
the 26th at 8:30 p.m. The first episode is going to be 90 minutes long. And it's going to explain more how the game works because a lot of people have asked me a lot of questions like, how does it work? How does it work? The JS Online article does mention a little bit on how it works, but pretty much the challenges and the gameplay get more intense every challenge because the values each challenge are increasing every time. And we're all just trying to build the biggest pot and be the one to go up against the banker for the final round of Deal or No Deal.
What is it like to be this guy from Muskego who never thought you'd be on the island in Panama playing Deal or No Deal Island? And then I know when I called you, I was trying to get a hold of you to book this interview.
Yep.
You were watching TV and saw yourself. A commercial came
Yes,
on.
yep.
What's it like?
It still doesn't even feel real, honestly. I mean, I will be at bars, restaurants, walking through, anywhere, and I see the Deal or No Deal Island commercial, and I'm like, that's great. Like, that's literally me, And usually, like, you just think nothing of a commercial, but now it's like, hey, like, that's me, and it's just intensifies everything so much.
All right. Well, I'd say good luck, but it already happened, so you don't need it. And he's got a big smile on his face. He's got a gleam in his eye.
He's setting up a watch party for next Monday night.
We don't know what he got. Yeah. Is there a watch party?
So not really. It's just going to be with family and friends at home watching it.
Well, that's nice. Okay, enjoy it, because that's going to be a special time.
Oh,
What a
yeah.
blast. Dawson Addis from Muskego. Next week, 1 week from today, coming up on the new version of Deal or No Deal Island.
That is the voice of Jessica Ty, our new teammate who is on Wisconsin's Midday News, finding that local connection to one of the biggest reality show game shows on TV. And I love that Deal or No Deal with suitcases in a studio. They still have to kick it up a notch and put a twist on it and now put it on an island. And to know that he had to go through all of this journey to be able to get on the show.
I really love the fact that they have the kind of established reality show contestants as well. Like, I grew up watching Survivor and Big Brother, so the fact that Boston Rob is on there, I feel like that's just kind of a nod to reality show fans.
Absolutely. That's one of the few names that I do know, because I was just joking with Jessica earlier. I remember way back when a Survivor was first announced. So this is way back when, and reading about it in the newspaper. And the premise was, hey, you want to go on an island, try and win $1 million. You have to do everything. Like, you have to fly yourself out to California to interview, to audition. None of it was paid for. This was a big old job audition to be on TV. And this was well before it was a sensation. This really was just an adventure, a gamble,
Yeah, that... And I'm glad that
Boston Rob. I'm just chuckling.
Let me go on record, Sandy, as saying that I think you would do fantastic on Survivor or on Big Brother or
You're
any
hilarious.
of those.
I would be an amazing race gal.
Oh, yes.
I like
for
to
sure.
travel, and I like the competition, but I don't think it would bring out the best in me, because I've seen those couples where they just snap and get snarky. I thought you had the airplane tickets. I thought you did. And it's like, I don't want to be filmed on that. That's not bringing out the best of me. But as far as reality shows go, the competitions to me are more fun because you kind of think about, how would I approach that same problem
Absolutely.
or those alliances. I will tell you, the reality show that my dad used to watch that used to floor me, he loved Big Brother. I have no idea why. Like, he wasn't that kind of a guy
He wasn't
to me.
a scheming guy?
Yeah, scheming is exactly right. So I don't know. But again, it's entertainment. It's absolutely entertainment. But I feel like, well, thank you for the vote of confidence. Which reality show would you want to go on?
I am being way too confident in my abilities.
No.
But I'm gonna say
Lean
Top
into
Chef.
it. Ooh.
Yeah.
That's a great answer.
I'll make them cereal that'll knock their socks off.
You're in my wheelhouse there. I've now learned how to pop popcorn pretty darn well on the stovetop. I know the right oil to ratio. Yeah, I'm dangerous in the kitchen. I can almost always set off the fire alarm. I like that idea, though. And of course, we're all jazzed about Top Chef, and because they filmed in Madison and Milwaukee, and that is going to premiere on the 20th of March. So circle your calendar for Top Chef Wisconsin. Thanks for hanging out and enjoying the local angle to Deal or No Deal Island. We have more on the way coming up on What's on Tap, including, I'm excited about this, the Wisconsin organizations that have just received grants from the National Endowment for the Arts. Some good news in our cultural world here in the state. But first, we go to the WTMJ Breaking News Center with Jack Grau.
Hey, good evening, Sandy. The Milwaukee Police Department is investigating a case of arson near Muskego and Pierce. The incident happened around 6:30 this morning. Officers say someone set a vehicle on fire, which spread to 2 other cars. A 36-year-old woman has been arrested. Criminal charges will be referred to the Milwaukee County District Attorney's Office. And 2 men accused of sexually assaulting a UW Milwaukee student making appearance in court today. 23-year-old Brendan Hoover and 22-year-old Heavenly Parker are both facing second-degree sexual assault charges related to an incident with a woman who said she was too drunk to give consent. Authorities say the incident happened during the first week of February at a residence hall. If convicted, Hoover and Parker face up to 40 years in prison. And with the election coming around the corner, the DMV wants to make sure everyone has the information needed to use the polls. There's a list of forms one needs to bring to the DMV to get their ID, such as birth certificate, proof of identity, and Wisconsin residency. And once you have those, you need to head to your nearest DMV location. If you don't have the forms readily available, the DMV offers a process that will get you a receipt that is valid for voting while you're getting these documents. The DMV has a toll-free hotline at 844-588-1069 to answer any further questions, or you can head to their website. Taking a look at your roads with your Johnson & Sons Paving Time Saver Traffic. Definitely seeing some problem areas across the Milwaukee traffic system right now. On I-43 South near 794, that right shoulder is blocked due to a crash right near the heart of downtown Milwaukee. And then when we look over at West Allis, Highway 100 North closed at West Orchard Street because of a crash. Other than that, no major slowdowns or complications that'll have you pressing your brakes this evening. And your WTMJ 5-day forecast going to hit a low of 24 this evening, and temperatures staying in the 40s and 50s as we get to Friday. Wednesday, a chance of rain and partly cloudy for the rest of the week. I'm Jack Grau. Siding Unlimited WTMJ News Time is 6:32.
This report sponsored by Mr. Holland's Heating and Air Conditioning. Visit MrHollandsHeatingandAir.com.
Candlelight dinners are romantic, but not for 3 weeks straight. Hi, this is Steve from Mr. Holland's Home Services. Sure, the flickering flame of a scented candle can set the mood, but your mood will suddenly sour if the lights stay off for an extended period of time. It happens. Power lines freeze and fall, the grid goes down, along with your refrigerator, microwave, furnace, and internet. And let me tell you, eating cold cuts by candlelight will test even the strongest relationship. But we have the solution to your potential power problems. Let Mr. Holland's Home Services install a brand new, whole house backup generator. It's hardwired to your home's electrical network to keep the lights burning and the power churning. You may also qualify for 24 months interest-free financing. Call Mr. Holland's Home Services, 866-992-1717. Or visit MrHollandsHomeservices.com. For peace of mind you can't hold a candle to, we can help.
We've told you about Moses Hadara.
The diamond cutter who created the Kessler 81.
The magical diamond that vibrates with light.
Kessler's works with crazy diamond cutters.
Geniuses who create wonderful, spectacular,
crazy diamond shapes.
The one thing these crazy genius diamonds all have in common
is that they explode with light.
The Kessler Emerald Cut diamond sends out rippling waves of light, like water lapping onto a beach.
The Kessler Square Radiant Diamond glows like the sun on the horizon.
Sometimes sunrise.
Sometimes sunset.
Come to Kessler's.
Come to Kessler's.
Come to Kessler's.
Ask to see the rippling waves of light, like water on the beach.
Ask to see the glow that looks like sunrise and sunset.
Ask to see the Kessler Crazy Genius Diamonds.
See them for yourself.
See them for yourself.
See them for yourself.
To find the Kesslers nearest you, visit KesslersDiamonds.com.
It's the last resort that comes with a grueling and painful recovery. And from what I've been told, it never really feels quite natural. A total knee replacement may make the pain you're living with eventually go away, but it opens up a Pandora's box of other possible issues. And that's why surgeons who really do care will tell you that it's a last resort. There are other surgeons who cry,
"Replace! Replace!"
But the physicians you'll find at Rejuvenex are primarily concerned with relief. And you may find out that the relief we give you helps so much so that you may not need to get that total knee replacement. This is Richard Salinas, registered nurse with Rejuvenex Arthritis Clinics. Our FDA-approved pain treatments aid inflammation and lubricate your joints. And in most cases, insurance has been shown to cover the costs. At Rejuvenex, we can alleviate your pain, and that'll rejuvenate your life.
Rejuvenex. Alleviate your pain. Rejuvenate your life.
Go to rejuvenex.com to request your appointment.
What's on Tap with Sandy Maxx is back on WTMJ.
This monumental moment in Black history is sponsored by Tayback Law, Educators Credit Union, Freighted and the Medical College of Wisconsin, and American Family Insurance.
Superstar Rihanna continues to make Black history, including breaking the record of the Super Bowl halftime show performance. It was officially declared that Rihanna had the most watched halftime show performance of all Super Bowls, according to the Nielsen report. The live performance, which was her first in more than 5 years, attracted 121 million viewers during the February 12, 2023 broadcast of the Super Bowl. This is incredible, has never been done before, and it sets the stage for incredible Black performers in the future Super Bowl halftime performances. Congratulations, Rihanna, and thank you for playing such a major role in our Black history.
This monumental moment in Black history is sponsored by Tayback Law, Educators Credit Union, Freighted and the Medical College of Wisconsin, and American Family Insurance.
That is DT Denise Thomas from 101.7 The Truth, and spreading the good word of Black history throughout February. And so much of Black history can be experienced culturally. A friend of mine, Cheryl Pavelski, who you heard, won the Grammy for a Stax record collection earlier this month. And that's just a wonderful way of preserving singing and songwriting. And to the song you need to hear is going to be another singer. Your hints are he's a miracle from Motown. It's going to wrap the show tonight. Again, it's been Black History Month is a great reason to just dig in and learn more about artists that you're already aware of, and also discover new artists. And Black History Month continues, and I see a connection with a great story that I just found today, that the National Endowment for the Arts awarded grants for organizations all around the country, and 14 Wisconsin organizations got some of these grants. And as we talk about Black History Month, the Kothi Dance Company has been around for decades, and they're wonderful. They got a $45,000 grant to support the Wildfire Concert, a dance performance that they're doing. Also, the Bembe Drum and Dance Company got a $40,000 grant to support classes exploring the influence of African music and dance traditions in the Americas. So again, more ways to keep that culture alive. But other recipients include I'm amused by The Thing with Feathers. It's the world premiere outdoor production at Northern Sky Theater in Fish Creek. They received a grant. The Madison Opera got a grant to support a new production of The Anonymous Lover. The Florentine Opera in Milwaukee got a grant for a reimagined production of Puccini's La Bohème, which is a classic. So anytime that you can put a new spin on it and bring new audiences into something that's so familiar is a great way to do that. Kids from Wisconsin, what a wonderful organization that gives youth all around the state the opportunity to perform, not just at Wisconsin State Fair like they do, but all around the state, and the chance to shine and perform. It's a really special program for decades now, and they got a $10,000 grant to support a music education residency program. Latino Arts, you think of Dia de los Muertos and all the parade and colorful celebration of culture. Well, Latino Arts got a grant to support bilingual community arts programming focused on Dia de los Muertos. Marcus Center for the Performing Arts got a grant to support their performing arts series. Milwaukee Film also got a grant not just to help out with the administrative costs, to help support staff salaries and travel costs, because, all these film festivals is where you make those relationships to bring interesting films here, but also professional resources for our own regional filmmakers here in the Midwest. MIAD, the Milwaukee Institute of Art and Design, got a grant to support a design internship program for Milwaukee area youth. So again, making the arts accessible, which is only going to make our area a happier, more enriched place to live. And when you think about how influential literature is, the Milwaukee Repertory Theater has a new production of Little Women. Well, they got a grant to support not just the production, but also the related education programming. And if you love music as much as I do, Present Music is a real treasure here in Milwaukee. They create really different audio experiences. I remember seeing a presentation, it was probably almost 10 years ago now, but it was a music piece set to all these different metronomes set up in one room. Like, they get really, really creative and also really traditional. Well, Present Music got a $10,000 grant to support commissioning, performance, and community engagement project with new chamber music works. So some of that more avant-garde music, yet is still really connective. So I'm really glad for that. University of Wisconsin-Milwaukee got a grant for dance, a $50,000 grant to support the creation and presentation of a new dance theater work from I Love Discovering New Things. I'm not familiar with this person. His name is David Roussevet, but he's a choreographer, writer, director, and filmmaker creating a new dance theater work. So I want to look into that at UWM, and I think I've saved the best for last, the ear-catching one. In Reedsburg, Wisconsin, there is an organization called Worm Farm Institute, and they got a $50,000 grant to support multidisciplinary arts programming. Worm Farm, thus named because they combine culture and agriculture. So get it, agri/culture. So Worm Farm Institute and David Roussevet are two things that I now am curious about and want to look into. But for as much as we know that the arts are not well funded in our government, they're literally 2% of our entire state budget. It's wonderful when the National Endowment for the Arts is able to support the arts and culture that we love so much here. So hopefully you found that to be good news as well, that 14 Wisconsin organizations got some NEA funding. Next, we are going to find out about the loss of a childhood toy. It could be the end of an era with an announced closing. That is next on WTMJ, What's on Tap.
Love your car this February with Griffin Service Department Valentine's Special. For just $179.95, your car gets the royal treatment, oil change, tire rotation, air filter, and wiper blade replacement. Complete multi-point inspections. Plus, we'll even check your battery and heating system. Available at all 5 Griffin Service Departments. See Griffin for details and restrictions. At Griffin, show your car some love.
AccuNet Mortgage is an equal housing lender. NMLS ID 255368.
Steve and Ashley heard our radio ads over the years, and when it came time to buy their first home, clicked on the blue button. One of our senior loan consultants, Brad, sent them a credit-verified pre-approval the same day and then upgraded to a rock-solid, fully verified and guaranteed pre-approval shortly thereafter. They made a couple offers without success, and then Brad told them about AccuNet's new property-specific pre-approval, where we might be able to include those magic words, no appraisal required. When they wrote their next offer, several $1,000s over asking to make sure someone else didn't end up sleeping in their dream home, their property-specific rock-solid guaranteed pre-approval included that most powerful phrase, no appraisal required, and the sellers picked Steve and Ashley's offer over several others. If you think all mortgage lenders and pre-approvals are the same, think again. Go with a local mortgage lender that has the tools and know-how to help you win and save money too. Click on the blue button today at accunet.com.
Get the help you need Saturday morning with How To Radio. At 7, it's the WTMJ Fix-It Show with David Nason featuring this week's guests, Best Electric and Abbey Windows. At 9, plan your dream vacation with the Fox World Travel Show. And at 10, get financial guidance during Money Talk. Contact NX Wealth Management for an unbiased review of your investments at nxwealth.com. How To Radio, Saturday mornings on WTMJ.
Here's a penny for your thoughts. There's about 11,000 tire-related crashes every year.
Mostly due to driving around on underinflated, beat-up, worn-out tires with low tread.
A couple of clicks at richlawns.com will get you scheduled for a free tire tread test.
But if you're pressed for time, there's an old trick we use in the tire industry that'll tell you if you need tires.
And that's free, too.
My dad showed me, who learned it from his dad, who learned it from someone else way back in 1964.
Ah, yes. The old penny test.
Yep, just place a penny head first.
As in upside down.
Into the groove of your tire. Now, if you can see the top of Lincoln's head, you're due for tires.
And hey, if the free penny test frazzles you, book an appointment at richlawns.com.
If your tires are good,
no harm, no foul, because it won't cost you a penny. Be safe, buckle up, and hang. Always make sure you've got good tread in your tires. I'm Brett Matchke with Rich Lawns. You're
due for service.
Such a refreshing change. Rich Lawns.
Welcome back to What's on Tap on WTMJ.
I'm Sandy Maxx. You know that song. It's one of Tom Petty's best. American Girl. Not just the name of a great song by Tom Petty, but also the name of a toy that has meant a lot to a lot of people, and not just emotionally if you played with those toys or if you're a parent because you had to shell out for those toys, but a real sense of Wisconsin pride because the American Girl was created here in Wisconsin, and the money that the founder made by creating that doll, she really used in a lot of philanthropic ways. And it's a subject that hit home with my new WTMJ teammate, Kristen Bry. You might have heard that we've got some new teammates on the air, and this is the first week that you can hear some of those fine folks. Kristen Bry is on a show called Spanning the State that will cover stories obviously all across Wisconsin. She is on from 1 p.m. to 3 p.m., and today was her first show. And one of the things that she talked about was the American Girl dolls and what it meant to her. Here's part of that conversation with Mike Spalding from earlier today.
This story broke last week about the American Girl office in Middleton closing. Certainly touched my millennial woman's heart because I grew up not only having American Girl dolls, but having so much pride because they were from right outside my hometown. I grew up in Madison. And so, yes, toy maker Mattel announced it will close its American Girl office in Middleton this spring. It's going to eliminate roughly 30 local jobs, and the company's distribution center in DeForest will not be impacted, but the closure is part of a larger effort to centralize American Girl's marketing, product design, and development and PR and all of the services at their headquarters in California. But it comes on the heels of, I got a text a week or so ago from my mom who was lamenting the fact that American Girls is now going to start doing a partnership with Disney princesses, and so much of what the original inspiration of American Girls was an alternative to Barbie, right? It was these girls who were 9 years old throughout history, and they came with the books, and really getting to go back in time and feel like these dolls were, around the same age as once you're 9, having the responsibility of owning a $150 doll. What about you, Spalding? Were you a big American Girl doll fan?
Not the American Girl doll necessarily, but I will say that I can appreciate this story because it's just one of those, something that used to be quaint and small and unique, it just feels like is kind of getting swallowed up, right, by like big IP, quote unquote. So to me, the symbolism, because 30 jobs in Middleton, so it's not like it's the city's largest employer.
It's not like Master Lock closing in Milwaukee.
Correct, where it's several hundred. Now, obviously, 30 people losing their job is never good, but there is like this sentimentality of, when you see stuff that's made in Wisconsin, a Master Lock's a perfect example, like an incinerator, where you just see it somewhere and you're like, I know where that's at.
Mm-hmm.
That's made in Wisconsin. I'm like the biggest habitual that's made in Wisconsin person because I don't know, I like having that little connection. And so I totally understand where you would come from if you have some sort of sentimentality with the doll to go, not only do I think of the doll that I had or still do have, but also like part of it was created here or made here, and it was just kind of a unique thing. And now to see it probably in a movie theater near you when Barbie does a remake, or Barbie 2 in 5 years, and you're going to see, American Girl doll or them dressed up like a Marvel superhero or whatever it is.
Absolutely. Because actually last year was the last final American Girl doll sale. So I remember growing up, and it used to be in a warehouse. By the time it ended, it was in the Alliant Energy Center. But it was a sale that benefited the Madison Children's Museum. And at least when I would go growing up, and it was in some big warehouse in Middleton, which was at the time certainly not as built up as it is today. And just all of the accessories and the dolls that came to life that you actually got to see and touch in person, because this was back in the 90s when the American Girl doll catalog showed up, and you could flip through and see all of the dolls with their accessories and everything, and then actually getting to go see it in person and maybe get to buy some of it on sale was always a very exciting time. But that came to an end after 35 years last year. So between that last year, this office closing, it does somewhat feel like an end of an era, despite American Girls living on. And you can go to Chicago and go to the flagship stores and do tea time and all the things.
Yeah, but it doesn't have like that feel, because the other part that we didn't really touch on was the philanthropic efforts also, because the people who founded it were huge in the Madison, Middleton area, like giving millions and millions of dollars.
Pleasant Rowland.
Yes.
3rd or 4th richest woman in Wisconsin.
Yeah.
Because she sold it for $770 million.
And so, good for her. But like what's so cool about it is that you have places like the Children's Museum that benefit from it. You have places like the Boys and Girls Club or the Arts, whatever, youth center, or
Winona
the school.
Terrace
Yes, or schools where even if it's not the largest employer with a company like this, you have such a connection to the community in which you operate that other things benefit off of it. And you just have to kind of wonder, in 5 years, I'm sure some of this giving will live on, but in 5 years or in 8 years or 10 years or whatever it is, when the next generation of employees at Mattel don't have a connection at all or don't know that there was an office there, you kind of wonder if some of that will dry up. And it would be really unfortunate, I think, for a company like this to kind of lose touch totally with a place that they began.
Absolutely. That is Kristen Bry and Mike Spalding from earlier today. Kristen Bry now hosting Spanning the State in the afternoons here on WTMJ from 1 till 3. And Kristen is a true blue Wisconsinite, born in Madison, as she mentioned, and grew up here, has lived a few other places and chosen to come back and loves being back in Wisconsin. But it was just interesting to hear how much that resonated with her because it's such a sentimental favorite.
Yeah, I feel like there wasn't an equivalent of the American Girl doll for boys, and hearing Kristen be so sentimental about it, I kind of feel like I missed out.
Well, you might not be the right age, because there actually were boy dolls in American Girl. I didn't know. I think in 2017 is when Logan Everett was one of the boy dolls. And Truly Me 74, a blonde-haired boy doll, is a masculine version of the classic mold. Truly Me 75. So I don't know why they didn't continue to name them. Then they became Truly Me. But Logan Everett It can be your pseudonym now next time you check into a hotel.
It's my new radio name.
See if anyone, it does sound very radio. So thank you for listening. That is one of the thoughts from one of our new teammates on American Girl. And if that stirred up some memories for you as a parent, a grandparent, or as a kid who had one. And it is Black History Month. Motown just across the lake, the Great Lake, Michigan. A Miracle is going to sing a song for us next. It's a song you need to hear on What's on Tap.
I'm Jessica Ty.
And I'm Greg Matzik. And we are the hosts of Wisconsin's Midday News.
Join us weekdays from 11 to 1 as we bring you the most trusted and relevant local, statewide, and national news stories every day.
Wisconsin's Midday News, making stories come to life.
We're so excited to be a part of your routine. Join us weekdays 11 to 1
on 620 WTMJ.
At Blaine's Farm and Fleet, we get you quality name brand workwear and footwear because we get you. From the farm to the job site to your own backyard, we have great deals on your favorite rugged styles for spring. Like men's Wrangler 5-star jeans. Buy one, get one half price. Men's Rustler jeans are $15.99. Rewards members save an extra buck. And get a free $20 Blaine's gift card when you spend $100 on area jeans. We get you what you need because we get you. At Blaine's Farm and Fleet.
St. Vincent de Paul, Milwaukee has expanded into our new 76th and Bradley Road location, where thrifters will find hundreds of bargains on everything, from clothing to furniture, electronics, home goods, and more. Our inventory is always changing, and new deals pop up every day. We are accepting donations too at our convenient drive-through donation area. Help us help others. St. Vincent de Paul at 76th and Bradley Road in Milwaukee is now open.
Ooh, you're gonna love it, St. Vincent de Paul.
The NBA app is everyone's app. Every fan of every team.
Oh my goodness.
Everyone who follows LeBron, Tatum, and Embiid in the app. Every warrior who's ready to go to battle over three-point percentages. Every streetwear king who's here for the tunnel fits. Every young buck, nugget, and grizzly who wants to take a peek behind the scenes of the league. And everyone else on this floating basketball we call Earth. Download the NBA app today. Available in the Google Play, Apple app, and Android stores.
Hi, this is John Neal, CPA, best-selling author and founder of the Neal Group. I have some questions for you. Who does your books? Hopefully not you. There are better things for you to do in running your business. Do you trust the numbers? Good numbers are critical for making good decisions. Are you getting the advice you need to minimize your taxes and put more money in your pocket? A good advisor makes suggestions to help your business grow and minimize taxes, not just put numbers on a form. Do your calls get returned and your questions answered? Many of our new clients tell us they love our quick response time. We have helped countless businesses increase their profits and lower stress. Get the advice you want and need to grow your business and minimize taxes. If you want to get started on the road to making more money and having less stress, visit nealgroup.net right now. That's NEAL group.net. The first meeting is free to see if we can help. Again, nealgroup.net.
WTMJ, W277CV, and WKTI HD2 Milwaukee from the Annex Wealth Management Studios. This is News Radio WTMJ, a Good Karma brand station. And now, feast your ears. This is the song you need to hear.
Most blokes going to be playing at 10. These go to 11.
He's the birthday boy. Motown Miracle, Smokey Robinson with those blue-green eyes. Rock and Roll Hall of Famer, Songwriters Hall of Fame icon, and living legend. He performed at Summerfest last year, and he has new music out. He's unstoppable, and he is soulful. Happy birthday to Smokey Robinson, and this is one of my favorites. It's Being With You. What's on Tap on WTMJ.
Say, I don't care what they think.
Happy birthday to the one and only Smokey Robinson. WTMJ News is next.
A sale at Ken Michaels Furniture. Special factory incentives make this the perfect time to save on a new sofa, chair, or sectional crafted by Norwalk Furniture. With over 850 fabric and leather options and over